The Midland Rockhounds are on a roll with 9 wins through the first 11 games. The Rockhounds are, of course, back at it tonight, looking for double digits in that win column. Back here at Ernie Johnson Field, as you can see by my hair, it is a little bit windy out here, so the balls are definitely flying. But like I said earlier, a 13-4 lead right now for the Midland Bulldogs as we go into the top of the 6th inning. Happy Halloween from McKinley's Field. It is the annual Field of Screams event at Permian High School. We had some great Halloween costumes. Let's meet some of the players. The turkey trot is always an amazing Thanksgiving tradition. Happy Thanksgiving to you. On the go for First Alert 7, I'm Jensen Young.
Whoa!
I feel like defensive players always like it and just waiting for preseason to get to the contact,
yes,
get in pads. Why is that?
Just leading up to the fact, and then as soon as pads pop, it's just like music. It's one of the best feelings you can have.
Everyone knows Friday Night Lights and that high school football is a way of life here in West Texas. But where does that passion and talent start? Youth football. I wanted to dive deeper into how important these programs are to the culture of West Texas. Back in December, the Midland Horned Frogs finished 10 years as an organization by winning the 5U state championship, its 8th in a decade. I caught up with the founder and many players who were a part of the very first year of the organization to learn more about youth football's importance to West Texas. Take a look.
Yeah, this is where we kind of start the love of the game, right? That's what you want to do. I'm with the 5U group, and my whole job was, number one, was to have fun, teach them what football was, and then go from there.
Jamel Brown started the Midland Horned Frogs youth football organization 10 years ago as a way to coach his son. Little did he know, he started a successful organization that would win 8 state championships by the time his son graduated high school.
It's crazy because that used to be us.
Yeah, for real.
It's crazy how much we've grown and how much time flew by. And really wish I could go back, but now just moving forward.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how like some of them relate to us. Like we see some of them like in us, like they're gonna be just like us, or we hope that they be better.
The kids now are just like the kids then. Youth football is woven in the culture of West Texas, just as high school football is. Organizations like the Midland Horned Frogs exist to compete, but even more so to foster the passion early on.
Really important, like you start early. Once you start and you love the game, you basically cannot stop playing.
We fought for something, we competed, and ultimately that's just life. You have to fight through life and you have to compete through life. So I really think that's something that they really instilled in us at a young, early age, and what they're instilling into these young kids. So it's really special to see.
As a kid, it's about having fun at practice and learning a sport that takes you through at least the next decade of your life.
It was definitely very different because I didn't even play the position I played. I played running back, and Harlan kind of played all around. Harlan was like, he was that guy. So like he was playing wide receivers, playing quarterback, running back, and he was just doing it all. So I just remember Harlan being that guy. Like when we needed somebody to make a play, throw it to Harlan.
Yeah, well, Romero, you see a lot of the same stuff. He's been that superstar his entire life, right? He's always brought that that joy to being out there. Having somebody to enjoy your time with, right? And he's been the same way since second grade.
Hidden under the playful joy, youth football builds life skills and friendships that last forever.
That's what we do it for, is to build. Everything's about building relationships, you know what I mean, in any aspect of life, and however you can start that chain, and it can flourish to whatever you want it to be. And I'm glad that a lot of those guys are close. All the league guys, you got Compass kids, like you said, Greenwood kids, Permian, Midland Christian.
At that time, you don't have a phone or nothing, so you see each other at practice. You like to hang out, you like to talk to each other, and throughout the years, you get those things. And so it's just a connection that doesn't really get broken. It's a bond, it's a family thing, and so it's just a family away from family.
I don't think I would be who I am if I didn't play youth football. Like, I got a place to work out, I got people I can always go to. Like, I got a whole new family and just a whole new place just from youth football alone.
While these players have gone on to earn district honors and make deep runs in the playoffs, their journeys all tie back to humble beginnings as little kids playing football for the very first time.
Set. I knew that back in first grade when I got here, and I knew he had a shot at being a very quick kid.
Miles Kalunga is a freshman at Garden City High School. At just 15 years old, he already rules the track, and Nike has taken notice.
I was very excited, and I was shocked and then just excited.
Miles is running at the Nike Elite Outdoor Nationals in Eugene, Oregon on June 19th. He competes in the 100-meter race.
Miles' dad texted me a screenshot of an email that Miles got, and it all just started rolling from there.
His qualification to the Texas High School State Championship meet was already a start in getting the invite from Nike. But his 5th place finish and a time of 11.14 seconds helped get the invite right away.
It definitely gives a lot of motivation for me. It makes me want to improve more in my years of high school and then the rest.
Miles' father, Josh Kalunga, was a star athlete for Garden City, running track and being a part of the back-to-back state championship football teams.
He has an influence on me. Yeah, we have a really good relationship into sports and just in general. And he's been pushing me to do track, football, getting me outside, getting me working, and it's really helping me in the long run, really helping me.
He was also a measuring stick for Miles in his freshman year, trying to beat his old man's time.
I think he told me he got like around 11.5s, and then I beat it my freshman year, so I'm pretty happy about that.
For the next 10 days, Miles is training, eking out every 100th of a second he can before he takes the Nike track in Eugene.
Real big training. I think we're getting an Olympic runner coming out here tomorrow till Thursday, helping me train with that. Just a bunch of training, a bunch of blocks, a bunch of high speed.
Miles races on June 19th.
You know, I like to grab the laces. I go 3 fingers above, my middle finger being like right over above the laces. And then I like to get my pointer finger as high as possible.
Okay.
Ready to go. Your pointer finger is supposed to be the last finger to roll off.
Okay, off the pointer finger.
Here, and that pointer finger should add the spin to it.
So you said that it was about 8th grade that you knew that you were going to be quarterback for Greenwood.
Yeah, sir. So I played basketball. I played point guard for my team in kindergarten.
Sure.
And ready to go. You know, so the coach, I played against the coach, and he loved me. He thought I was pretty advanced at my age. I was pretty smart, you know. And he was like, hey, he went to my parents like, does your kid play football or does he want to play football? And my parents like, no, but you know, that's what I've always wanted to play football. I was 6 years old and I loved it. You know, I grew up watching my brothers and that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And so when they asked, I would love to.
All right, Lincoln, so let's go beyond the football field a little bit. I know you say football is life for you, but I also know being in just small town West Texas, family is so important. Tell me about that.
Yeah, you know, my family, we grew up here. And so I have 3 brothers. I have 2 older and 1 younger. And my 2 older brothers, you know, they played for the Greenwood Rangers here. And, you know, they set the standard for me, you know, and I wanted to improve that. Or, you know, I want to go above and beyond the standard from them guys. And then, you know, I have a little brother as well, you know, and I want him to be better than me. And so, like I said, football is life, you know. Me and him, you know, we bond with football, right? You know, every Sunday, you know, we're out there throwing, you know. But, you know, my older brothers also played here. You know, they were, you know, outside linebackers and receivers, so they were able to play together. And, you know, those are the guys that made me fall in love with this sport to this day.
Football is all through the family, and I'm sure that the team is just all family basically to you at this point as well.
Yes, sir.
How important is this Greenwood Rangers team to you?
You know, these guys mean a lot to me. You know, my best friend, you know, in the backfield with me, Nathaniel Romero. You know, I love that guy to death, and you know, my cousin's on the whole line. You know, he's my center, Aaron Carball. You know, I love that guy to death, and you know, I give my all to that team, and you know, I know they give their all for me. So.
How did sports become such a big part of your life? I know that you bonded it over football with your family, but how did it take over so much of your life?
You know, like you said, you know, I grew up on it. You know, I was, you know, born into a football-loving family. And, you know, it was really something that, you know, just clicked for me. You know, I loved it. Like you said, you touch the football. You know, if you look at any baby picture of me, you would see me with a football, basketball, something. You know.
Okay.
I love sports. I love being active. I love being outside. And so yeah, I mean, really that. You know, it's just something that I really, truly, and you know, fell in love with, and it's something that I wouldn't give up for the world.